You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Well, a sad weekend in many respects. A legend of New Zealand netball has passed away. Former Silver Ferns coach Taini Jamison died in the early hours of yesterday morning at the age of 97. The Rotorua local led New Zealand to their first World Cup victory when she took over as coach in 1967 and stayed at the helm through until 1971. She remains the most successful coach in our history, winning 18 of her 20 test matches in charge. Current coach, of course, is Dame Noeline Taurua, who joins us now to pay tribute. Dame Noeline, thank you for taking the time. Can you talk a bit about Taini Jamison and her legacy and the impact she's had on netball here?
Yeah, look, massively. I consider her to be one of the matriarchs of netball and definitely one of the pioneers. And when I probably consider her time and how they sort of operated, you're going on a boat for like 3 or 4 months. You're doing your training on the boat, leaving your family behind, and then you come back victorious. So definitely a pioneer and definitely a person who has shared all her knowledge throughout her life.
Yeah, was she somebody who you had conversations with at all or regularly?
Yeah, very much so, regularly, and, just recently over probably the last month as well. And, I always think once a coach, always a coach. And, when you walk in the room, she's very clear about what she wants and how she wants to play the game, and doesn't her words are very articulate. So it's quite an interesting space, but yeah, I think, we know her very well in Magic Country, Waikato, Bay of Plenty. Also, when I was playing as well, she was the victorious coach of Rotorua at that time. And, they were in the Nationals and they were competing against Auckland and all these bigwigs, and they were up the top. So, I have fond memories of being a player and also a coach and also a friend of hers.
So at that time when she is coaching, was she just a good technical coach, or was she just a very good motivator, or a combination of both?
Yeah, a bit of both, but I think like the old school, it's similar to Lois. They look at these little things that I don't even see, the way that the feet's going. So the body might be going one way, but her feet's going the other way. And because of that, she can't get to the ball fast enough. These are the little things that I don't even see. So, it's the attention to detail that we may miss in the modern era. And once again, to be able to help people to be better.
And obviously she stayed current, because I'm sure the way the Silver Ferns played in 1967 is very different from the way the Silver Ferns play today. But she stayed current with contemporary coaching tactics, and you were able to chat to her in that way?
Yeah, very much so. Last time I met up with her at the rest home, she had a calendar out and ready for the games that we were going to play in South Africa in July, August. So, she had already highlighted different areas of her book and had told the nurses as to when the TV needs to be put on. So she's very current. And as I say, like a coach, always a coach, and she just knew the crack on everybody, but also the intricacies of the game.
Oh, wonderful. Dame Noeline, it's been great to get your memories of Taini Jamison, a very sad day. So what will stand out when you look back? What will stand out most vividly about her?
Yeah, I think her manner, her approach, her wisdom, her experience, her openness to share, and the love that she has for our game and will continue so.
Yeah, a wonderful, wonderful woman, and such a legacy she leaves. Thank you, Dame Noeline. That's Dame Noeline Taurua, of course, Silver Ferns coach, speaking about Taini Jamison. Of course, her name adorns the trophy that the Silver Ferns play for regularly, and I just actually love the way Dame Noeline then still talked about Taini Jamison in the present tense. It wasn't she was this or she was that. It was, I'm not sure if you noticed that, or even if Dame Noeline was doing it on purpose or subconsciously. She was talking about she is this and she is that. I guess after 97 years, someone leaves an indelible mark, and no doubt there'll be all sorts of tributes paid to one of the real pioneers of the game here in New Zealand.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.
Hello, I'm Liam Dan, Business Editor-at-Large for the New Zealand Herald, and I'm back with another season of my podcast, Money Talks. In this series, we're not going to tell you how to get rich. We're not going to try and pick the next interest rate move. Instead, I'll be talking to some interesting New Zealanders about how money has shaped their lives and what they've learned about it through the years. Join us every Saturday for a new chat with an exciting range of guests from the world of business, politics and entertainment. You can find Money Talks with me, Liam Dan, wherever you get your podcasts.